Okay, so hi there everyone. We're now on our next video in the instrumentation and technology and mathematics. Now we're going to still make use of Microsoft Word on how to create this writings here. What we're going to do is to recreate these writings, which is in picture form, and we want to do that in Excel using the equation editor. So well, this is the first time we're going to be using the cameras here. So let's do this. Okay, so first off, we have these lines here talking about the set of real numbers or the reduction to the set of real numbers. So I have my keyboard here for you to know whatever I am writing or typing here. So let's do rewrite them. So again, in Microsoft Word, the shortcut for equation editor is Control equals. So I'm going to click that to have that this equation editor, and then we'll have this default um, settings or tab for the equation. You can see the equation tab popping up over here. Let's do recreate this. We have this double script n, so what we're going to do is to write double n. Okay, but notice if we're going to do this double capital N, so what we have is that. So what I did is instead of finding the double N over here in the equation editor, so you need to click on this and then you need to find it somewhere down here. So that's going to be tasky if we're going to do that every time. So what we're going to do is just to backslash double capital N. Make sure it's capital N because if we're going to write small n here and then click space, it's going to be a small n instead of big N. So backslash double capital N. Okay, and click space. That will give us this integer or noun, what do you call that? Integer, natural number rather. Natural number values. Click the equal sign, and we're going to make use of the curly brackets or the braces. So we have that, and then we'll start with 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we'll have some ellipses. So we're going to make use of 3 dots there, 3 periods, and automatically this will become an ellipsis. Okay, something's not right here. Every comma we need to click space as a standard. Okay, there. And then we're going to write is a set of natural numbers. Is we're going to write it still in equation editor for us to don't lose the statement form or the format of the value of the um, alphanumeric values. So is the set of natural numbers. Some lags here. The set of natural. So notice the natural numbers are italicized, but other than that, is the set of is not italicized. So we need to command I to undo the italicization rather, and then there we go. Okay, so we have this first statement here done. Okay, if you want to put it there, so you can just align it to the left. Okay, next is we're going to write positive integers strictly without the zero. Just take note, we have here the zero in the natural numbers. Some books would write the zero in the whole numbers, but in this definition, in this handout, they wrote zero with the natural numbers. So let's stick with that. Be open that there is a mathematical community that doesn't accept zero to be in the natural numbers. They put that in the set of whole numbers. Okay, so they say that natural numbers plus a zero is the whole numbers. So it depends on the book. In this handout, we're going to accept that zero is in the naturals. Okay. So, to indicate the strict natural numbers or the strict positive natural numbers, we want to type in double n. That clicking space will give us that, again, that double script n. We want to raise that to the plus sign because raising that to a plus sign will give us this. Okay? So, that's just like raising something to a number. Notice if we're going to raise it by 3, it will give us that. Okay? So, let's undo that thing. So, we have that. Equals curly brackets or braces. So we have 1 comma space, 2 comma space, 3 comma space, 3 dots, and then curly brackets again. And then what you'll have is this notation, and then pretty much we have followed this one. Now we're going to type this is the set of positive natural numbers. Okay, and they're all not italicized, so let's undo this italicization here, and then voila, that's what we got. And we want to align it on the left, and then that's what we got. Okay, next we're going to follow this set of integers. So again, control equals. We're going to write a double capital Z. Click space on that, and then hit the equal sign, and then hit the curly brackets. And then what we'll do is notice it starts with the ellipsis. So we're going to start with the dot dot dot, and then it will automatically create an ellipsis. Put a comma. Then we'll start with -3, comma space, -2, comma space, -1, comma space 0, comma space. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry. I think I keyed in the period instead of comma. Anyways, 0, comma space 1, comma space 2, comma space 3, comma space, and then another ellipsis after that, and then pretty much that's the closed braces. We want to write then, or the type is the set of integers. Again, let's fix this part. Is the set of is not italicized, so let's undo that. Okay, there you go. So that's pretty much the writings for the z. Okay, integers, set of integers. Again, it's z. It's double script z because z stands for Zahlen. Okay, which is a German word for number. Okay, let's type in this one. It's quite long, so let's use double Q. Make sure it's capital Q because if it's smaller Q, look what happens. So we have done that a while ago. Just make sure that it's capital Q and then equal sign. Oh no, rather there's no equal sign. So let's just type. We don't want it to be italicized, so I commanded I already. Is the set of, so we want to make sure it's italicized in the next word. So command I for that. Set of rational numbers. Numbers is not italicized. Let's go back to that. Numbers, comma, IE, that is, those numbers that can be written as a fraction. Open parenthesis, IE, that is, quotient. Okay, and then open integers. Oops. I think we need to click on space and then put in the equation again of integers. Why do we do this? Because we need to make sure that in this part over here, the fractions will not be it will not be it will not be small. Okay, it will not look at small. We want it to be emphasized as fractions. So we want to put all the alphanumeric values to be inside the equation editor. So example, we want to write 1/2 as this. So 1 slash 2. So that's we're emphasizing the 1/2 here. And then we want to put -3 slash 17. Put on space on that, and we'll have that one. If you want, you can make the minus sign to be here instead of here. So you can just change that. Okay, so let's emphasize the space over here. We'll give you that much space. Okay, better. And I will type in comma again. Let's put etc. S. Put here. Are all rational numbers. Okay, notice that all integers are rational numbers because we can view 5 as, and I think we need to get rid of this. Okay. Okay, so it's over a little bit. Where do you want to cut off? Let's cut off here in rational. With rational. Okay, we can view 5 as 5 on 1, for example. And then let's make them italicized again. Unitalicized, rather. Normal. So there you go. So that's what we got when we wrote the Q, the rational numbers in equation format. You can see that the fractions are not are preserved to be in highlighted fractions. You can see that when we want to see when you are comparing it with a alphanumeric value. So you want it to be justified just like this. So you might want to click on this for it to be justified. Oh, not really. It doesn't matter. Okay, so carry on. Let's end with this queue. Let's start with the real numbers. So let's make use of control space or control equals. Let's write double R. Oops, no space. Double capital R space enter or space rather. Um, don't italicize it. So it's the set of real numbers. Another way of writing this, if you want it to be another way, you could find, for instance, let's get out of this equation editor and then we'll use the normal typing system. So it's the set. Notice the font is in default. So actually, the font of this one is Times. Let's change that. This is Times. This is regular Times, and then you pretty much see that it's similar. Set of you want to make use of the italicized words to be in equation form to highlight them. That is those numbers that we can express as a possibly infinite decimal. Okay. We say then that every rational number is a real number, but so we want to have the equation here for pi e n squared of 2. So we use the type of the backslash pi to create the pi. We can use the regular e. It looks like our Euler's number there, surely. And for the square root, we don't need to click on this square symbol here. We just make backspace sqrt. That's for the square root. Square root of what? We want to have square root of 2. And then click on space, and then pretty much it's going to give you square root of 2 in return. And etc. Okay, notice I exited the equation editor again to go back in the normal typing. Are all real numbers that are not rational. Okay, so I think with this one, if you're going to get out of the equation editor when you're writing some statements in word form, you can get this justified and then fix it up. Okay, so we can see that it's much more neat and then if it is justified. The purpose of this, why I wrote it here, so that we can preserve the fractions. Okay, so you may want to transfer that in alphanumeric, but there are some pros and cons, of course, if you want. So we're done with this. We have you can just review and watch the video again if you want to have some clarification how some things are being done there. Now let's proceed here. Let's put it above a little bit. It's way too down. Okay, so let's recreate this binomial expansion. Actually, it's the just the square of a binomial. So make use of the equation editor. Control equals open parenthesis x plus y close parenthesis. We'll click on the raise button or the raise symbol. That is a caret. That is shift 6. Okay, again, shift 6. Okay, then we click on 2. And then we click on space and then it will rearrange it by itself. So we have, and then we'll write x raised to 2, like that, plus 2xy plus y raised to 2. And then voila, we have recreated that. Okay, so you can make use of this raise to button or raise to formula or shortcut anyway. So if you want x raised to 5 plus x raised to 4 plus x raised to 2 plus x raised to 3, I forgot about that, plus x. So just fix it using commutative property. So there you go. So you can use any numbers. Just take note if you are raising something. If you're raising something, let me put it in equation. If you're raising something into a binomial or more than that, you need to enclose it with parentheses. So say I want to raise this x by 2y plus 1. Close the parentheses and then hit enter. It's going to be all that expression will be all on the um, on the fraction or in the exponent part. Compared to if I'm not going to write any um, any parentheses, if I'm going to write 2 2y plus 1 directly. So notice 2y plus 1. So it looks like that. Okay, it's not preserved because it reads as the 2y. The one I wrote in 2y, it looks it as the as the exponent already, not the whole term. So it's important to do so, to put it on inside a parenthesis. So in LaTeX, we know them as brackets, right? Now let's have this last one. Okay, so we want to put this in the form. So first, we want to make it in times first, regular. Um, you just bold it for all. Okay, real numbers. Okay, put in the equation editor. We want we want the x to be in mathematical form. So control equals x. Pretty much that's it. And y, control equals y. We have, so we're going to make use of that same old thing that we had done a while ago. X plus y raised to 2 equals x raised to 2 plus 2x plus y squared. And then we'll stop that with the quotation marks because that's what we ended with. And then yeah, that's it. We have recreated this form here. As you've noticed, pretty much we just need, I think we just need a little bit bigger font for that if you want it to be exact. And then yeah, that's 14. I think that's font 14 or a little bit more. Okay, so pretty much we have done that. That's the end for this video. You've recreated these statements here. Okay, you can just review that if you want. You have recreated this form here. These are just more examples. And finally, we have recreated this sorry, we have recreated this statement here. So that's it for today for our videos and the instrumentation and technology for mathematics. So I'll be posting more soon. So thank you very much.